Hello everyone, and welcome. My name is Dycart, and this is episode 1 of my farewell to Farming Simulator 17 Let's Play. Um, Farming Simulator 19 comes out in about 8 weeks, and I haven't done a Let's Play on Farming Sim 17, and I honestly haven't played the game too much. But man, when I do play it, I really enjoy it. So I decided to start a Let's Play, and what I'm doing is I'm doing it slightly different. Let's open this up. I've taken away my ownership. I edited my save files, so I have no ownership of any fields. So this is the standard map for the very first map you start on in the game. But I have no fields that I personally own. So I've gotten rid of the fields, and I've gotten rid of everything but a pickup. So I have a pickup truck, and that's it. That's all I own. Okay? I also emptied out. I guess it is in this one. Emptied out all my silos via my save file. So I have no starting product. Nothing at all. And here's my vehicle overview. I just have the pickup and that's it. Yeah, I start out with no animals other than the chickens you start the game with. So all I have is my truck and a hand axe, and that is it. I don't have the fertilizer over here that you normally start with. I don't have any of the buildings you normally start with. All the ones I could get rid of, I did. The only thing I have is the land, like, you know, without the fields, and my chicken coop over here. Okay. So that's going to be a rough start for me. And again, like I said, I haven't actually played this game too much. But we'll see. We'll see how fun it is. I like the concept in all my games of starting with nothing. That appeals to me. So I didn't necessarily start with nothing. I started with $20,000, and I do have a bank loan. Where was the finances? Right. I have my bank loan of, I guess the loan is 0. So I have 20,000 with no loan right now. So I could borrow money if I wanted to get myself started. But what I think I want to do is I want to look. This is the smallest field that's near me. It's like on my land, really. So I want to see how much this is going to cost. There's no mission available, but it's $63,000. If I can do some missions for him, that'll go down a little bit. But that's going to kind of be my target for my first field that I purchase. All right, I am using the Seasons mod. I'm using quite a few mods, actually. But the Seasons mod is the main one that changes the general gameplay. So what I think I want to do, my thought process here is I need to make money, so I need to do some miscellaneous jobs. But I also, these fields that have these trees growing, I think I'd like to chop down all of these trees and clear them out so that these fields will grow the grass, and I can eventually mow that grass and cut it. But again, all I have is this this little axe. So let's go down. Let's chop this tree down. Let's give it a shot. All right, this axe comes from a mod. Okay, so let's see. Like there's that, and then we'll squat down. So it takes a little bit more work than just using the old chainsaw. All right, and then I turn the axe back upright, and I can clear the branches. Again, basically just a little slower than a chainsaw. Now I have enough money. I could go purchase a chainsaw, you know, and some minor things because I have 19,000. But I'm afraid that if I do that, I'm going to end up in much bigger debt. So I don't want to dig myself a hole right off the bat by starting out with a purchase. So since I own this hand axe, I'm going to use it. All right, and what I want to do is I want to chop this small enough that it'll fit in the bed of my truck. So if I put it Yeah, this is the hard part, is trying to get it measured out, because I also need to be able to pick it up, so it can't be too heavy. Okay, there we go. Let's do this one. So it's a little slow. What I'm planning to do with this Let's Play is I'll start this first one off just playing the game and kind of getting used to it and with the settings and stuff. And then what I plan to do is go through and play it while I'm not recording, when I'm doing the mundane things over and over. So in future episodes, I will record while I'm doing something a little bit more interesting than just sitting here chopping trees down. But for now, I just wanted to start out the first episode with a general, this is how I'm going, and this is how I'm going to start out. So it's a slow process. Again, I have some money on me, but I'm afraid I don't want to spend it, because as you can see, it's going down. I started at 20,000 even, so I've lost $7 already, and that's the maintenance fees on my truck and stuff. So that's why I don't want to spend down to nothing, because I want to be able to keep paying on those. So once I get this chopped up, I'll run over and grab my truck, and then I might think about how I want to load it. It'd be nice to get a trailer, but I don't know that much about the trailer options and which ones have straps to like strap down the wood so it doesn't go flying all over the place. Oops, there we go. Because that's the type of strap I would need, or that's the kind of trailer I would need. So I know there are log trailers, but I don't know which ones I could haul with my pickup. So I kind of have to experiment. A lot of this game actually is going to be me experimenting with buying something and hoping that it's a good choice. Like I bought the right thing, because I don't have a whole lot of knowledge about the machinery and farming and what you need for different products and things like that. I've played this game, I think, a total of about 20 hours. Most of it was done streaming, so I had people on the stream helping me out and telling me what to do. And so I'm going to be lost through a lot of this, but it should be fun, kind of figuring stuff out and discovering new things. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'll try to stay on the roadways as much as I can, and though I don't know that my tires are going to really mess up the grass. Let's see, I may have cut that too big. Because see, I have one strap in the truck. Let's see if I can fit this in the... Oh, hello. Okay, if I move my mouse too fast, it flings it. So I got to be careful about that. I don't want to go flinging stuff around. There we go. So I'm just trying to... I'm doing... Oh, jeez. I'm doing two things here. My goal is to clear the fields, but I'm also going to collect this wood and sell it. So I'm not going to be able to take big loads because all I have is this pickup. Oh. So I'm not going to be able to take, I'm not going to make much money when I go over and sell. See, like that right there, those 3 logs have already taken the whole bottom part of my truck, of the bed. So I'm thinking 1 load per tree if I'm lucky. But I might not even be able to do that for some of these trees. It's looking pretty full already. Oh, I hope I don't smash out a window. So another person owns these fields, and I'm hoping that soon he'll have jobs for me, because I want to work the jobs with him to build up my reputation with him, so that when I do buy these fields right here next to my farm, it's a little bit cheaper. At least that's my goal. And for now, when I cut these trees like this, I'm going to be leaving stumps, and eventually I'll buy a tractor and a stump remover. But see, that's pretty much all I think I can take. So if I hop in here, I think it's L. Yeah. Yeah, see, now that'll fasten the belts. So I'm going to drive this load, and let's see how much I get for 1 pickup load. And then I might decide and start looking at prices for trailers, whether that's worth it, because it'd be nice to be able to take a bigger load one at a time. Eventually, I'd like to get a chipper that will allow me to. Whoa, rough turning. That'll allow me to take the wood and turn it into wood chips and sell those directly from my farm rather than having to haul stuff like this. All right, so let's go this way. All right, and I know where I want to sell it. It's the sawmill's way out on the other end of town. And yes, I am traveling way too fast. I'm a broke farmer, though. I'm in a hurry. I got to make enough money to survive. Because right now, I'm just losing money as time goes on. Okay, and there's a store over there for when I do buy stuff. Okay, I'm turning down here to go to the sawmill. Alright. Yeah, I'm currently playing this with just keyboard and mouse. I did have a wheel connected, a racing wheel, and it does make driving a lot more fun, especially driving the tractors in the fields and things like that. The problem is this game has so many buttons, so many controls that you have to kind of have at your fingertips, that I found that with my wheel, it pushed my controls out of reach on the keyboard, and I found myself just uncomfortable. So while I would prefer driving with the wheel, I'm going to go ahead and stick with keyboard and mouse for the time being. Okay, so I should be able to just drive over this spot, and it'll sell all the wood in my truck. Yeah, let's try it. Oh, it didn't sell it. Do I have to release the straps? Uh-oh. It sold that one, so I'm going to have to get in and manually remove it? That can't be right. It must be. Alright, well, here we go. It's literally just toss it out. So each piece is netting me... Oh, that was 73. So 40 to 70. There's, what was that? 2 pieces already? Come on. Pick it up, take it out. You know what? Maybe if I do it from down here. Boy, I'm struggling with this, aren't I? Okay, so that's 3 pieces sold. That one is just really giving me a hard time. Can I do it lengthwise? I wish I could open the trunk. Can I open the trunk? No. Okay, that's 4 pieces. I'll get better at this, I promise. Okay, I shouldn't make that promise. I may never get better. 5 pieces. But once I get a trailer that can haul the wood, I can actually back the trailer into the water and sell it all at once. So 6 pieces. So I'm guessing I'm going to be holding 7 to 8 pieces of wood per load in this truck. And then trying to get them out. Darn it. Slowly push it out. Okay. But that made me 600, just over $600 per load. That's not too bad. That's a decent start. Although when you consider the price of tractors and stuff, it's going to be a little daunting. All right. Speaking of which, I want to look at trailers. I don't necessarily want a tipper. Forestry equipment. All right, so this is going to be the thing I need to cut the tree stumps. So I could actually afford that right now. This is actually a cutter, so it goes on the front of a tractor, and I can chop down trees with it. This can do tree logs. But see, I can't hold logs that big, like, because I'm doing it by hand. Plants new trees in the ground. Oh, that's nice, but I'm not going to use that yet. Now, I could buy a chipper, and that would produce wood chips, but man, those are expensive. This can transport tree logs. This is the one that I can put on my property. Oh no, that's just a wood chipper. Never mind. That's a wood chipper. So wood chipper would be the better choice, but it looks like I really just don't have a good option for hauling. I could try some tippers. That aren't necessarily made for logs. What do I got in here? Nothing. Loading wagons? Oh no, that'll be useful later. Boy, I might have to go for a tipper and just use it for logs as well. So here's the tipper that you start the game with that I've already gotten rid of. What I don't like about it is it has its own steering axle here that's kind of tough to maneuver. This holds a little bit more. What about this one? Yeah, that holds up to 15,000. Okay, so it looks like, though, I only have two choices. Oh, there's this one. That's a 14,000. That's not bad at all. What I don't know is, oh, what about this one? That's a 10,000. Yeah, maybe I'll get this old-fashioned one. What I don't know about it, though, is whether or how much horsepower I need to tow it. I'm guessing it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't really matter. So maybe I'll buy this one for 8,500 because that can hold 10,000. But one of the originals that comes with the game is more expensive and can't hold as much, but it's a nicer tipper. Like it can tip one direction, the other direction, or back. And it looks like this one probably only tips backwards. That'd be my guess. But that's okay. I don't mind that at all. All right, I'm going to go ahead and buy this one. With loading wall. Ooh, I don't know what the loading wall is. I'll just buy it. Whatever. Okay, bam. So now I've got that purchased. And hopefully my next load, I can bring more logs. And I can sell them easier. So I'm going to go to the store and pick up my new tipper. My new old tipper. Back from 1989 model. I did download a lot of mods, a lot of which were like older, not as nice equipment, thinking that I'm not going to be able to afford that much. So I wanted to start out, need to start with the older stuff. In fact, the only thing I started with that's not either completely gone or old is the truck. It's a pretty nice truck. There is an old beater truck that you start the game with normally, and I went ahead and sold that with all my farming equipment, and then I bought the good truck and started myself with $20,000. Whoa, not that I can stay in the lane. Wow, I am a horrible driver right now. Yeah, the keyboard steering in this game, it can be tough. Okay, there's the tipper. Okay, that's not bad, right? It's a nice looking trailer. That'll work. I like the big tires on it. Okay, let's see if I can get it connected to my truck. That's the test. Will my truck haul it well? At least it's nice and deep, so I might be able to fill it with logs. Hard part's going to be reaching and putting the logs in it. There we go. Okay, so it connects. All right. Tip side. Oh, I can change it. So, I can do the grain door or the back. Okay, that's good. Trailer assist. I definitely want that on. Left control. Tool angle. I believe that's the one I want. That allows me to back up, and it'll keep this. It'll steer the wheels a little bit better. So, like, if I just hit back this way, it'll straighten my truck and keep the trailer going in the direction I already pointed it. So that's the idea behind that mod, because otherwise it gets really tough for me to maneuver my trailers. Okay, so we've got the trailer. Now we can go chop some more trees down. All right. So yeah, we can go chop some trees and haul some more wood, so we don't have to make as many trips this way. And it should be quicker to sell, because I should be able to just back the trailer into the water. The hardest part is going to be actually getting the trees into the trailer. I wonder if... I don't think you can open the back. If you could, that would be very useful. But I didn't see an option for it in the settings. Alright, let's make my turn here. So, I'm trying to figure out what the best way is. I have a couple options. I can try to just throw the logs in there from the ground. It's pretty high walls, though. My other option is I can park it over near the silo where there's a slight rise. I can park it next to the rise, which allows me to run up, kind of. The other option is I can try to back it down here towards the garage down there, and so it's down below, and then I walk up with the logs and toss them in. But I think I'll start out by just trying to chop a tree down and toss it in here and see how difficult that's going to be. All right, so I got to remember to keep turning the truck off, otherwise I waste fuel and whatchamacallit, wear and tear on the vehicle. So it doesn't look like the back door opens. Okay, let me try something though. If I hop in and I tip it, oh, I see. See this the door stop thing there? So if I hop out and look, I'm curious if I, yeah, see, I could throw logs in there and then they're just going to slide right back out. So, but if I could get that to go down, let's see if there's a stop unloading, reset vehicle, change tool selection, start engine. Nope. Looks like that's all I can do is just put it in its regular spot. Well, actually, what happens if I change this to grain door? Let's see what that does. Oh, that's it. That's the one I want. Now, that side is closed. And, well, I don't know that I can actually get it up any higher or any better than if it were down. All right, let's lower it again. Okay, let's chop down a tree, huh? See how this works. All right, so I need to turn my axe, and I am right-handed. You could do it left-handed if you were comfortable with that. It really doesn't matter. All right, let's chop this bad boy down. I don't know yet how long these episodes are going to be. I haven't planned. I was thinking maybe an hour or so per episode. I'd rather do something like that and have less episodes than some of my other Let's Plays where I do a half hour and I end up with 60 episodes. Come on. You can do it. Chop that tree. I'm having a hard time with this. It worked before, no problem. Alright, I'm making some progress. Well, it's leaving some branches, so I'm going to have to go through and redo it. This was a taller tree than I thought. Alright, let's see, do I need to turn it a little bit maybe? Let's try it this way. There we go. There. So it's almost like I need to just be on the side of the tree and chop it at a slight angle. This is a mod. You know, normally with the chainsaw you just like run up the tree. And I might end up buying the chainsaw at some point, just because this might get a little old. But I wanted to kind of start out, you know, raw, working the farm. All right, come on, you can do it. Come on, come on. One more. Here we go. Get this one, get this one. You can do it. Wow, okay, maybe not. All right, so I need to make sure that it'll fit in the trailer, but that I can also haul it, so. Okay, why? There we go. So I want to try one piece and see if I can put it in there. Oh, of course it's too heavy. All right, let's cut it in half. Someday I'll chop through it. There we go. Okay. Grab this guy. Can we lift it high enough? Oh, we can get it in there. Would it be better to go from here? I'm not sure. Maybe, can I just jump in here? Can I actually jump that high? I cannot. Okay. So it looks like, though, we can get them in. It's just going to take some work. Oh, and not moving the mouse too quickly. Oh. Come on, you can do it. Oh, man, this is going to take a while. All right, let's chop these branches. Come on. Yeah, maybe I can't. All right, let's do this. So yeah, this is pretty slow. I might just buy the chainsaw. I liked the authenticity, but that is pretty slow. It's semi-cheating though, because I can buy the chainsaw. Oh, it's $1,000. Dang. I'll just buy the chainsaw, and it immediately goes in my inventory. So, in a way, it's kind of cheating, but it's going to be a little bit faster. See? All right. In fact, I can go down here and chop off the branches that are underneath. Hopefully that should clear it out. Looks like it did. Alright, so I need to cut these so that I can haul them. So yeah, this will be a little bit faster. I mean, I had the money. And I guess this is authentic. I mean, if you knew you were going to be dealing with lumber, the first thing you'd buy is a chainsaw, right? Yeah, definitely faster. Alright, so we're cutting this tree. And then we'll load that up. And I might try to cut 3 or 4 trees to see. But the other thing I want to do is check the fields and see if they need work done yet. So once I finish chopping this one up, I will test the fields, maybe do a little bit of field work. Because that'll make us a little bit of money, but more importantly, for our purposes, it will get us in the good graces of the person that owns the field, which will make it cheaper when we do try to buy it from them. I'm guessing we can get this field here that I'm facing now that was 63,000 and change. I'm guessing we can get that below 50,000. That's my hope, at least. So I'll just finish this tree out. The bad thing about this trailer is since it's not built for the logs, it doesn't have the straps. At least I don't believe it does. So the logs, if I overfill it, the logs could easily go flying out. Because it's meant to haul grain, not logs. Okay, we're getting closer. At some point when you saw the tip off, the tip will just kind of disappear because it's too small to even be worth anything. That'll be kind of our cue that we're done. There, see how it disappeared there? Okay, so now we can try to load this up. Oh, darn it. Yeah. Here we go. Slow and steady. Ah, I hit myself. Get it up there, get it up there. Nope. Are we having fun yet? Okay, jump and throw. Oh my gosh. Okay. Run, jump, throw. There we go. Stuff it in there like a basketball. All right. Let's see if this field needs any work done. That trailer might be a little bit in the way if it does, but let's see if he's upped his thing. Yep. Okay. All right. So we need to work this field and we need to sow it. All right. So remember, it's 63,000 and change right now. And the better we get his friendship with me, the reputation or whatever you want to call it, the cheaper it'll get. All right, so I want to try something though. Let's go. This one's 31.95. Okay, let's go back and let's try another. Is it the same? Oh, see, it's a different mission every time. 39.46. All right. So what else do we have here? I'm just curious. All right, so this one's got the sewing with a different. Oh no, maybe this is the same as the first one. Are there just two choices here? Uh-oh. Okay, I think I screwed that up. Okay. Yeah, this was the first mission. All right, let's just do it. All right, so it starts us out when you do the mission with the necessary materials you need. I'm not even sure if I need the weight on the front of this, but I'll take it nonetheless. Okay. And then we attach this guy. Boy, I can't drive this thing. Hello. There we go. All right, we got him attached. Now we lower the planter and we turn it on. This is potatoes this guy's doing. Okay, so it looks like it's just that width right there. So are we getting this done? Yep, we're getting some progress. I'm gonna scroll out a little bit here. So it looks like that edge of the field actually can't be used. And 7 miles an hour is my fastest speed. I don't use the ridge markers because I find that while they can be helpful in first-person view, I don't necessarily need them in third-person view like I tend to use. So if this were mine, I would try turning it off and stuff right now so I'm not wasting seed or potatoes in this case, but I don't have to pay for it. Okay, here we go. So we're cruising along, getting some field work done. We're going to make a little bit of money out of this, which is good. But more importantly, we're going to gain some reputation with that farmer, which is our main goal, because we want to get these. We want to eventually buy the fields from him, but we want it to be as cheap as possible when we do. So, yeah, I like the idea that you have these missions you can do because it just makes sense to be able to work for other farmers to make a little bit of money if you wanted. Just be their farmhand instead of you hiring farmhands yourself, which eventually we'll get to doing, but I don't know how soon that'll be before... or how much we'll do manually on our own. But yeah, we're getting, if you look up in the upper right, you can see there's a little pie chart, basically, looking thing, and that just fills up. Once it's solid green, we're done. And it usually leaves you a little margin for error, so if I miss a few little spots, I'll probably still be okay. So we want to get this job done. It gave me 28 minutes to do the job, so I'm guessing we'll finish it in it usually takes a little bit more than half the time, but not much more than that. So I'm hoping that we'll finish in with like 15 to 20 minutes to spare, but we'll see. With the tractor only being able to go 7 miles an hour, it slows it down a bit. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever planted potatoes. At least I'm assuming that's what that is. If you look on the lower right, you can see that the fuel and the seed icon certainly looks like potatoes. And then eventually, as time goes by, I will be able to go get eggs that my chickens over there laid, and I can sell eggs. Yeah, I might just make it a grab some eggs, and every time I go to sell logs, maybe I stop and sell some eggs too. I don't know yet. One of the mods I have is called Course Play, and it'll allow me to set up, like I could have it automatically doing this field for me right now instead of me doing it, but then I would have to pay the worker that's doing it. And which, that's useful when I have enough work to do that I could pay a worker to be working one field while I'm off doing something else. But for a while, I think I'm going to not do that. Like, when I finally buy my first field, I will probably work it myself, even if I have the money to pay a worker, just because, what would I be doing then? Because I don't want to necessarily just be sitting there doing nothing while someone else is working my field. I could be clearing trees, though. I mean, that's always a choice. I'd like to get all the trees in this immediate vicinity cleared out for driving purposes, but then, like I was doing over there on those fields, I'd like to clear the trees out so that I have more grass and it's easier to mow that grass. And then who knows, maybe I decide I want to do a little bit more heavier logging, and then I go up on the hill back there in the mountain area and cut some more trees. I don't know yet. It all depends on how quickly I can make enough money. Like, I could take out some loans and probably buy the equipment I would need to run one field, or multiple fields maybe, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. So I'm kind of holding off. I don't want to get into debt before I even get going. Although I suppose that would be more realistic. So if you look, I'm about a third of the way done already. Not too shabby. Now, if I had a big, beefy tractor and a better tool on the back for the potatoes, I could probably go faster. But I don't know. Like, when I'm doing this on my own fields, I'm going to have my starting tractor and tools are going to be like really low end just to get myself going. I have the truck and the tipper trailer, so that's part of it. I need to obviously make enough money to buy the field, but then I'm going to need at least one tractor, if not more. I'm going to need a plow to plow the fields. I'm going to need a seeder to seed the field. I'm going to need a fertilizer to fertilize them, obviously, unless I spend the extra money on a seeder that also fertilizes. That might be something I do. I don't know. It just depends on the prices. I haven't looked. But then I'm going to need combine. I'm going to have to buy a combine for the harvesting. And the cheapest combine that I'm aware of is like $120,000. So instead of buying one of those, I may end up just leasing one for each use. I'm not sure yet. But so yeah, I could take out loans from the bank to cover the cost of buying all that equipment. But man, I would really like to at least be able to make enough money to buy the field, and then maybe I take the loan for the equipment once I own the field outright. I don't know yet. It depends. My patience might get the best of me. I may just take out a loan and buy everything I need and then slowly pay off the bank. We'll see. So we're getting close to half done with the field. So yeah, in this episode, just a simple start, doing a little bit of logging, just to kind of get that working, and then doing some work in this field. What I plan to do is between episodes, I'll do a little bit more work, and so each episode won't just be me sitting here doing this. Now that's not to say it's episodes aren't going to be a lot of just me farming, because that's kind of the name of the game, right? But yeah, I don't want to necessarily spend the entire episode working on one field. That may end up happening. We'll see. You know, it depends on how big the field is and the equipment I've got. But this is the first field I want to get, and it's definitely not the smallest field on the map. And obviously not the biggest either, but this is the first one I want to get, because I own the land, basically. I just don't own the field. So I own those silos and that barn. So getting this field would be nice and convenient for me, because it's just right here in the middle of my farm. So that's my goal, is the fields you start out with are 15, 14, and 12. So like you can see all three of them here. This is 15, 14 is just slightly over there, and 12's off in the distance. 12 being the biggest of the three. Those are the ones you start the normal game with on this map, if you're going to play this map. And I just thought, you know, let's give myself a little bit more of a challenge. Not that the game itself isn't challenging enough for me, because like I said, I don't understand a whole lot of the farming aspects. But I don't know, I just like the idea of grinding and working my way through it and slowly earning what I have. And, you know, it's kind of cool. If there were more stuff to take my time, I might even consider starting with nothing except like an axe and no money, no truck. But it would take so long for me to hoof it all the way into town running and stuff that I thought that might not be good for a Let's Play. Alright, making good progress. So I'm trying to decide if I want to make my first goal to purchase something for mowing the grass, like mowers, and it's a mower and then one of those trailers that collects the grass, and then trying to sell that, or buying the field, and then like if I make my goal buying the field at like 50K or whatever it's going to end up being, then I would need the equipment to even work the field. So then do I try to make the money to get the equipment, or do I go ahead and take out a bank loan? And that's what I'm still not sure about. Because like I could buy a tractor and a plow and a seeder, and that's it. And then or just, you know, even just buy like, just lease them, like buy the field and then lease all the equipment as I'm using it. That's an option, and that keeps me from getting into debt. The only bad thing about that is leasing is just never that great of an idea, because you don't, you know, you get it while you're using it, but once you're done, you didn't get anything out of it. Whereas if I purchase the equipment, at least I get not only to use it whenever I want, but I get the option to sell it afterwards. So I would prefer to buy, but I might need to start and do the first few crops by just leasing all the equipment. What I'm not sure about is whether I'm going to get enough money from a crop to make it worth leasing. So for instance, this field, I would guess, now I might be way off here, but I would guess that, say I planted, you know, canola or something in this field, something that sells pretty good, and I grew it, and, you know, everything worked great, I harvested it, and then I went to sell. I'm guessing that the amount that I would sell is going to make me maybe $8,000 to $10,000. That would be my guess. And if the leasing of all the equipment to make that growth happen was more than that, obviously it's not worth it. Or even if it's close to it, it's not worth it, you know, because I can make a, you know, if it only made me a profit of $1,000, I could make that much in far less time just chopping some trees down and selling that, and then selling eggs for my chickens. All right, yep, I knew knew my trailer was going to kind of be in the way here. But we're getting close here. We're 14 minutes left on the timer, but we're over 3/4 of the way done. Let me scoot over a little bit. So I'm thinking once I finish this line, it'll be like 2 more trips, I think, and it should be good. Maybe 3. We'll see. But the nice thing about this is you kind of learn, you don't necessarily get full details on the equipment, but by sight you kind of learn like, oh, now I know when I see this piece of equipment, it's for doing potatoes. You know, so it kind of helps with that, doing the work for other people in their fields. It kind of helps me prepare for what equipment I think will work. Because I could buy a tractor and then buy a piece of equipment and find out they're not compatible and the tractor won't operate it. Because some tractors, for instance, won't have a front piece where you can load machinery on the front to run, and some machinery is a front loading that is supposed to be run on the front of the tractor. So if I'm not really careful, I could end up buying stuff that I can't even use. And you know, that's not good, obviously. So by doing these jobs like this, I kind of start learning a little bit more about what sorts of things work together. Boy, I really got that trailer in the way, didn't I? Alright, yeah. So it looks like, yeah, I'm going to have to do this run and then at least the following one, maybe even part of the last one on the very edge, but we're getting close. I mean, we've done that whole field. We're doing pretty good. I love the way it looks. Nice and organized with the rows. If I were doing this in real life, it would be all over the place. I'd be, you know, it'd be serpentine pattern everywhere. Alright, let's get this line going. Well, it's getting just to be a sliver up there. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this line, and I'm guessing I'm gonna have to make it a third or halfway back on the other line before it finishes. Alright. So let's get this. Look at it, just barely a tiny little sliver open. Don't wreck my nice truck, the only nice thing I own. Alright, so yeah, this anytime now it's gonna end. There we go. So I didn't get a time bonus, which is strange because I still had like over 10 minutes left, I think. But got my reward. Now, when I'm using the Seasons mod, you get far less money for doing these jobs than you do in the vanilla game. So yeah, I got that, and it's not that great. But now, if I look here, oh, there's actually another one I could do right away. But see, you can see I gained a little bit, and now the price of the field's down to 61,900. So doing that job dropped the price by a couple $100 at least. So yeah, so it's worth it to do the jobs. Not only do you just make a little bit of money, but you pick up some eggs here, but you gain that reputation with them, and you lower the price of the field. So my plan is to, at least to start, work for this guy and get my rep as high as I can with him, so I can buy his fields, which are the 3 here. It looks like that's it. The 3 fields here that normally I would start with, and then fields, let's see, the other fields that I think this guy owns are 22, 23, and 24. Or maybe it's 19, 23, 24, something like that. Like these, you know, all so close to me fields. So I'm thinking I'm going to buy 15, then 14, and then 12, which will be the more expensive one. And hopefully with the 3 of those fields, I'll make enough money that I can afford to buy the others. And then from him for the cheapest price. And then as far as the other fields go, I don't know which ones I'll purchase and whether I'll do work to lower the rep or raise the rep and lower the cost. I'm not sure. Because if I make a decent money off of these fields, it might not be worth my time to do the little odd jobs for them anymore. We'll see. But for now, I think I'm gonna finish loading up this trailer, and maybe chop down a few more of these trees, and then I might, depending, I might do even more or not between episodes. So between episodes, I'm going to finish this out. I might chop down at least these 2 other trees here. We'll kind of see. I might just play it out so that eventually I have enough money to do anything before the next episode. I'm not sure yet. I'll just kind of see how it goes. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. We've gone nearly an hour. I'm guessing most episodes will be about this long. But maybe some will go a little bit longer, or maybe some won't go quite so long. We will see. But thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy it. I certainly love this game, and I'm looking forward to playing this Let's Play out. So yeah, I hope you'll join me next time. And for now, take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day.